Right, people, which bit did we leave off at? Emotional. Support people in Dudley. Yeah, I think we read that bit in a few hours. Inform she would not be able to care. The reason for children's services involvement, we did all that, didn't we? Step 5, this can be the case. Both parents' ability to safeguard baby and take emotional wealth baby is other ability to meet the emotional needs is unknown. The couple has been together since January 2015 and confirmed a serious relationship. Shortly after meeting at a nightclub, Mr. Vines has disclosed domestic abuse within their relationship perpetrated by Miss Cooper, who has anger management issues due to the Asperger's syndrome, which resulted in the couple separating for a brief time. The couple have informed they wish to remain together and are requesting support from agencies. Parents' ability to provide a stable and safe environment for their unborn baby needs to be assessed. Miss Cooper has an older child, Bailey Cooper, from a previous relationship. Bailey resides with Lorraine Cooper, maternal grandmother, and Keith Rouse, maternal step-grandfather, under a special guardianship order. No, as it was stated in the official court one, it's a residency order. Due to concerns about Miss Cooper's parenting ability, this was assessed by Birmingham Children's Services by Mr. Vines has informed there is regular contact with maternal grandparents. However, at times he finds Mr. Rouse overbearing and controlling. Well, yeah, he's a very controlling bloke, which puts a strain on the relationship. In addition to this, Mr. Vines is... Mr. Vines is... shit. It will work eventually. Mr. Vines is expressing his frustration that Miss Cooper is extremely demanding and totally dependent on him. The relationship between the couple appears very volatile and not stable this present time. Baby is unborn. Issues affecting parenting capacity. Rebecca Cooper, birth mother. Miss Cooper has Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. Miss Cooper has also informed she has dyspraxia, which affects the motor skills in her hand. Therefore, she's sometimes limited to what she can do with her hands. Miss Cooper told me that she attended various specialist schools in Birmingham, but did achieve level G GCSE in Maths, English and PE. Miss Cooper explained she has difficulty socialising and has no social network and no friends, and would like support to integrate with parenting groups, college or work experience. Parents informed that mother does not get out of bed sometimes as she has no motivation, which is part of the Asperger's syndrome, and often feels low due to being isolated, and when frustrated due to feelings of isolation will become angry, and this is the reason she assaulted Mr. Vines. As previously mentioned, Mr. Vines has resumed the role as carer for Miss Cooper, who was living in supported accommodation prior to moving in with Mr. Vines and totally dependent on him for her basic care needs. Therefore, appears to have limited capacity to meet her own needs. Limited capacity to meet her own needs. Miss Cooper is previously known to Birmingham Children's Services due to her older child being in the care of maternal grandparents under us due to concerns about her parenting abilities, Adult services have been completing an assessment to ascertain what support package can be put in place in relation to Miss Cooper's complex needs, and have made referrals to other agencies who are able to provide support to Miss Cooper. Adult services have advised that Miss Cooper's IQ is above 70. Advise that her IQ is above 70, therefore is above what would be considered as a learning disability. Adult services have stated that Miss Cooper has a good level of understanding, and the issue is that she has no empathy and will struggle to prioritise the needs of anyone over her own needs. This is due to the Asperger's syndrome, which is also why Miss Cooper lacks motivation, as she needs instant gratitude, and if she has to do something where she will not get instant gratitude for herself, will struggle to carry out the task. Miss Cooper is currently known to probation, served a 4-month custodial sentence for hoax 999 calls. Miss Cooper is subject to a 12-month community order which expires in February 2016. Miss Cooper's engagement with probation has been sporadic and has been dependent on whether Mr. Vines is able to take her to appointments. Miss Cooper must take responsibility for her community order and ensure she attends all appointments. However, as mentioned, adult services have stated this could prove impossible for Miss Cooper, as there is no instant gratitude. Miss Cooper has difficulty managing her anger, which has resulted in her assaulting Mr. Vines. Probation are able to work with Miss Cooper to address this. Miss Cooper to engage appropriately. And it says Miss Cooper has an extensive police history for minor offences. However, her police records raise significant concerns about her ability to keep herself safe. This will be discussed in more detail at the conference. Mr. Vines has informed there are no issues affecting his parenting capacity, such as alcohol or drug misuse, and there are no concerns about his mental health. As part of conference, police checks were completed and confirmed no trace in relation to Mr. Vines as a perpetrator. And then it just goes on. This is some information obtained from Charles Future Safety, Health and Development. Formed a relationship at the beginning of the year after only knowing each other for a brief time. Miss Cooper is currently pregnant and baby is due to be born in February 2016. Miss Cooper has Asperger's syndrome and was in supported accommodation with a package of support prior to moving in with Mr. Vines. Miss Cooper appears to have very little ability to meet her own basic care needs, which has resulted in Mr. Vines now being Miss Cooper's carer. Miss Cooper is not able to live on her own independently. Mr. Vines is expressing his frustration, stating that he needs support with Miss Cooper, who is extremely demanding, which is putting a strain on their relationship. Miss Cooper is also engaging in risky behaviour, clubbing on her own, drinking alcohol, putting both herself and unborn baby at risk of significant harm, and appears to lack insight into the risk this could pose. Miss Cooper has informed she lacks motivation, which is part of her Asperger's condition, so is confined to the house, making her very isolated because she has no friends. Miss Cooper has informed this causes her to have low mood, and this is why she demands attention from Mr. Vines constantly. And when she cannot get attention, she demands attention constantly, and when she cannot get attention, she will drink alcohol, despite being told about the health risks to the unborn baby. Parents also have limited support from family members. Miss Cooper is, however, engaging appropriately with midwifery services This assessment has raised significant concerns about Miss Cooper's ability to care for a baby, even for brief periods. Mr. Vines currently works full-time and may need to consider reducing his hours or giving up work for a period of time, and his willingness to do this needs to be assessed because he has informed that he is unable to care for for both Miss Cooper and a baby, and does not want to give up work. So basically, because he did get offered to have the baby, throw me out and have the baby on his own, but guess what he said to that? He said, fuck that, I don't want the baby, I'm not giving up work, no, 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 no. Even when he was given a golden opportunity to raise the baby on his own and throw me out the house, he wouldn't do it. But yeah, really, should he have chose the baby over me? Very volatile. He's not willing to give up work. The couple's relationship at the present time appears very volatile and is not stable, and the reason for currently involvement for children's services is related to domestic abuse incidents between parents. Parents are stating they wish to remain together and are requesting support accordingly. However, I am of the opinion that the level of concerns meets threshold for a child protection plan. And so requested relevant support, number of agencies involved, support, parents would like to remain together accordingly. Father is currently meeting the basic needs of the mother, which would suggest full-time as a support worker and has been with the employer for 6 years. And then it's just done about that, really. It says, mother has Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. Mother has limited capacity to care for her own needs, blah, blah, blah. Able to live independently, therefore could not meet the needs of a baby. There is a reported incident of domestic abuse, and parents have informed that Miss Cooper struggles to control her anger and has assaulted Mr. Vines. Father is expressing, it's all just repeating itself, basically. And all repeating the same thing. The antenatal appointments, yeah. And I had to do all the assessments and whatever, and which deemed I weren't able to. Services, assessments. And basically, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it, people. Okay, people, that's it for this video. Bye.